which was sent by me. We started with the first lesson, nutrition in plants. In that video, we learned all these points. I hope you remember. I hope you have understood also. So we learned what is nutrients, what are nutrients, what is nutrition, and types of nutrition. And in types of nutrition, we learned autotrophs and heterotrophs, and we learned what is photosynthesis and what are stomata. So once again, I just want you to recollect what is photosynthesis. So we know very well photosynthesis is a process by which plants prepare their own food. So they use carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil, and they prepare the food, and that food we usually term it as, we call it carbohydrates. So whatever we eat, for example, we eat several fruits, vegetables, pulses, cereals, all these things we eat, right? What does this contain? All this contain carbohydrate, there's no doubt, right? If at all you are taking fruit, it has sucrose or fructose. Fructose is present, and the potato, it contains starch, right? And when we take rice, pulses, all this contain carbohydrates. So, okay, so we obtain carbohydrate because of the photosynthesis process. So now let us come to these products here. Do they contain only carbohydrate? We know very well the pulses contain even proteins. Even it contains proteins. So let us see how they produce or how they manufacture protein. So what does this carbohydrate contain? So what does the carbohydrate contain? Chemically, carbohydrates are made up of three components. Chemically, carbohydrates are made up of three components, or we can say three elements, that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So you take any carbohydrate, they contain these three components. Carbohydrates are made up of these three components, that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Using these components, plants prepare proteins. Using these components, plants prepare proteins as well as fats. So don't think when I say fats, it is the fat like ghee or butter. Fat is nothing but, in case of plant, the oils, right? So we have oil seeds, that is groundnut, so it has oil. So using these three components, that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, they also make proteins and fats. But coming to, like when we are coming to proteins, that is composition of protein. So what is protein? What are proteins made up of? Proteins are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. It also contains nitrogen, whereas the fats contain same carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. There is only slightly variation in the number of carbon present in the fat. Okay. So here all the three, that is carbohydrates, proteins and fats, if at all we take the chemical composition, they have carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbohydrate also has carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, whereas fat also contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. I hope you know C is for carbon, H is for hydrogen and O is for oxygen. Okay, that is C is for carbon, H is for hydrogen, these are the symbols, and O is for oxygen, right? So these three are common in all the nutrients, that is carbohydrates, proteins and fats. But when we see here in case of protein, it has carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. So from where do they get nitrogen? We know wherever carbon and hydrogen, they obtain carbon from carbon dioxide and hydrogen and oxygen from the water. So from where do they get nitrogen? Because proteins contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen, right? So from where do they get this nitrogen? Nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. Nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. Okay. So you should know that around 78% of our atmosphere is made up of nitrogen. But this nitrogen cannot be utilized by the plants. Directly they cannot take nitrogen. Like how they take carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere, directly they take that, right? But not nitrogen. They have to take nitrogen only in the form of nitrates or in compound forms. Nitrate form or in compound form. Okay, right? Or you can just say in the nitrates form, because the nitrogen which is present in the atmosphere, it is in molecular form. It is in molecular form. Okay, we represent it as N2. You'll be learning that in later classes. Okay, so this N2 cannot be utilized by them directly. They have to be converted into compound form, or you can just say in the nitrates form. Only then the plants can take it. So how do they get the nitrates from the atmosphere? Because nitrogen is very much essential for the plants to grow. Nitrogen is necessary for the growth of plants. So how do they obtain this nitrogen? They obtain nitrogen by either of any of these three ways. Okay, either by when a farmer uses fertilizers. So you have heard or have seen farmers using fertilizers. These fertilizers will be enriched with nitrates. It will be enriched with nitrates. So by the fertilizer what is used, right, by the farmers while sowing and all. So that time the plants will utilize the fertilizer. Then there are some good bacteria present. There are some good soil bacteria present. Okay, they will help in converting. Some soil bacteria helps in converting the atmospheric nitrogen into useful form. See, atmospheric nitrogen is not useful for the plants. Only it should be converted into nitrates form or compound form. So there are some good bacteria present in the soil. So these bacteria will be converting the atmospheric nitrogen into useful form. Then the plants will absorb. Okay. Other than that, so this much you learn it, right? Yes, that is either by using fertilizers or by the soil bacteria that is present in the soil will help in providing them the nitrogen. So that's how the plants will make use of nitrogen. So nitrogen is very much essential. The minute we hear protein, you should know it is a nitrogenous compound. So what are protein? It is a nitrogenous compound. So where it is present, nitrogenous compound. So here when we talk about nitrogenous compound, we talked about nitrogen. So where nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. In what form it is present? It is present in the molecular form. In the atmosphere, it is present in the molecular form. This form of nitrogen cannot be utilized by the plants. So it has to be converted into compound form. So how do they get it? Either by when they use the fertilizer, or by the with the help of the soil bacteria, which will help in converting the atmospheric nitrogen into useful form. So now along with carbon dioxide, water, even the plants need proteins, okay, right? So much we have learned under autotrophic mode of nutrition. Now let us learn about the other mode of nutrition. So which are the other mode of nutrition? Other modes of nutrition. So the minute we tell the other mode of nutrition, so this is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now if you recollect, we learned what are autotrophs. Autotrophs are the organisms which can prepare their own food. Auto means cell, nutrition means troph means nutrition. So these are the organisms which can prepare their own food. Whereas heterotrophs, they cannot make their own food. They cannot prepare their own food. They have to depend on the plant either directly or indirectly. So when I say indirectly, for example, so we have, imagine grass. Grass is eaten by the rabbit. So here the rabbit is directly depending on the grass, on the plants. Okay. Then if the rabbit is eaten by a fox. So now the fox is indirectly depending on the plants. Okay. So what are heterotrophs? Heterotrophs are the organisms which cannot prepare their own food and depend on the plants either directly or indirectly. So let us see other modes of nutrition in plants. Okay.